because my game crashed again and I had to rejoin the lobby and I had another issue, but I'm finally back to a race. It's lap 18. It's lap 18 of the race and Paco leads now 4 seconds ahead of BB, who has already stopped. Most people have already stopped. The only driver that still not have done any stops on this race, it's Angel, who is on P13 with 17 lap old hard tires. Now we have the battle for the win of this race. Paco leads 4 seconds ahead of BB, but BB has fresher tires, a bit fresher tires at least. Then comes Muffin in P3 and Midis Mela on P4 that has lost a lot of time to the guys ahead of him. I guess something happened there in the pit stops, but it's 3.6 what separates Midis Mela from Muffin, so something didn't went good there. I think he stopped maybe too late. BB now 3.7 seconds behind Paco. He now has to shorten that gap to at least 3 if he wants to win this race. Muffin 2.4 behind Midis Mela 3.6. It's just gonna be a push race to the end now. There's not much of a battle on track, if we can say it that way. And I think there's not a battle at all, or is there? There's yellow flag now. That is Face Pantera. Face Pantera is out, but in the pit lane. So we are not getting a safety car for that. There is a spinner there, that is Ebelsuk. Ebelsuk is off there and down into P12 of the race. Urbina at the back of Eat My Dust, but Eat My Dust is on the fresher tires. Freestyler now picks a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And look at Midis Mela, has closed the gap, 5/10 I think from what he was. 3.8 is the gap from BB to Paco. Midis Mela has a 3-second gap to Muffin, and Muffin at 2.8 to BB. Urbina attacking Eat My Dust, but Eat My Dust on fresher tires stays ahead of him. And also have to say, well, he's 13 seconds behind, then it's Pilot and a Freestyler there in P5 and P6. And then is the battle for the win between the Aston Martins, BB and Midis Mela. There's more of a battle on track here at the back of the field. Ari now battling in Pilot's left session, but he hasn't retired. He's just lagged out, I guess, but he will be able to join back, I think. Here comes Ari on the inside of Angel, but well, definitely Angel is trying to extend this for some reason. So we're into P15. His teammate with fresher tires is coming 2.6 seconds behind. And look at BB is already 3.4 behind. Paco is closing quickly the gap. Midis Mela is already 2.8 behind Muffin. I think these four might get all together into the final part of this race. Still have around 8 more laps to go. Paco keeps leading 3.6 ahead of BB. In terms of ERS, there's not much difference now as there was before. 3.4 the gap, 3.2 between Muffin and BB, and Midis Mela is already 2.6 behind Muffin, 2.5 now. And Pilot has rejoined the session, and luckily for him, I think he hasn't lost a single place. I think the AI must be said have been set there in a good speed there. Well, still my dog was far behind him, but still the AI many times goes really slow. But in this case, it's not lost that much time. It is now still in P6. BB loses now time against Paco, 3.9 is the gap. Not sure what happened there, but BB starts losing a bit of time there to Paco. Still he has the fresher tires, so we'll have to see how they get into the end of this race. Mirismela now 2 seconds, is flying on track now. It was 3.6 some laps ago, now it's only 2 seconds behind Muffin, 2.1, 2.2. There's a battle between Urbina and It My Does, but Urbina doesn't seem to be attacking that much. He has older tires, so we could say he just trying to stick into It My Does DRS so he can carry him a bit. Well, not like he had someone to fight in the back, but still, why not getting some more tenths a lap with the DRS? Angel finally pits for fresh soft tires, and I think now we don't have a single battle on track apart from the Urbina versus It My Does, so it's kind of boring moment of the race. Euge is also might be in a fight here with Evil Soup. .3 is the gap now between Mirismela and Muffin. He's massively shortened that gap up. But both with no ERS, is gonna be interesting to see the moment where Mirismela is gonna try and overtake Muffin for P3 of this race. Meanwhile, BB is now once again into the low 3.4, but the gap still keeps changing around that 3.4, 3.8. Something about that hasn't been able to make it into lower than 3 seconds. We'll have to see how this race turns out, as we are gonna have around 5 more laps of racing at this point. Three seconds now between BB and Paco. So there goes the battle with 5 laps to go. BB 3.1 seconds behind the Aston Martin driver. We have Mirismela also chasing Muffin, and it's soon gonna be on the DRS. There's not much, no more battles apart from this. It's just all gonna be close the gap and strategically see what happens. Urbina still sticking into It My Dust DRS, but he is not attacking him at all. We'll see how much time can he stay into that DRS. 8 tenths the gap now, but the tires are worse than It My Dust tires. So into the braking, It My Dust should be gaining some tenths on him. 8 tenths now, 7 tenths. Actually, this has been a good pass to the final sector there by Urbina. Now both Paco and Muffin extend the gap to the drivers that are chasing them, but we'll see if that will last long or not. And there is a yellow flag, that is a Ferrari of Juventino. This is the only Ferrari that we have on track. Might bring a late safety car, I don't think it will, but I think there hasn't been a single safety car on this race. It's kinda crazy, knowing the track we are racing at. That is Angel off. The end of sector 1 once again. Meanwhile, BB has already closed the gap into 2.8. So that is at the moment giving him the victory of the Miami Grand Prix. But look at that now. Paco starts extending the gap into 3.2. So Muffin now is gonna be there chasing for the gap. Mirismela is almost already at the back of Muffin for P3 of this race. Mirismela loses a bit of time there, and Ervina's got past It My Dust. It My Dust actually spun us in the wall. Womack retires from the session, but that is in the pit lane once again. Is not gonna bring out a safety car or any. And now It My Dust crashes into the wall. He hasn't been able to get out of. What is that? What is It My Dust doing? He can't seem to turn. The car but finally takes it out of it. Anyway, we have two more laps of racing after this one. It's gonna be Paco and Muffin battling for the win. It's gonna be Mirismela and Paco and Bibi battling for the win. It's gonna be Muffin and Mirismela battling for the final step on the podium. Yellow flag is Juventino's retired from the session. That leaves us with 15 drivers on this race. Paco still holding into that 3.2 second gap on the lead of the race. We are gonna have 2 more laps to go. It My Dust comes into the pit and is gonna retire as well. That leaves us with 14 people then under this race. A lot of some DNFs coming in these final laps of the race. Here is gonna come Paco into the line to start what is gonna be the penultimate lap. Mirismela is already on Muffin's DRS. Gonna start closing the gap on him. And who is gonna end up finishing P3 this race? It's gonna be Muffin. This is gonna be Mirismela. There is a yellow flag that is on Mercedes. I guess that is Pilot. The Pilot's a massive gap, so he could kind of allow himself that mistake, but I don't know how many penalties does he have, so maybe not that much. Paco leads the race, then comes BB, then comes Muffin, then comes Midismel. Now on the attack of Muffin, we are gonna go into the final lap of this race to see who is gonna be our winner today. Is it gonna be Paco? Is it gonna be BB? Who is gonna finish in the podium, Muffin or Midismela? Midismela has already finally made it into the DRS. There's a yellow flag, and I think that's a glitch or something. No one was off there, so here comes Midismela on the slipstream of Muffin. Final lap, and the gap is 3.1. We'll see who is gonna end up winning, taking this Miami Grand Prix victory. Paco leads, BB in second place, Midismela comes in third behind the Aston Martin driver. We are gonna go into the first overtaking opportunity at DRS at the start of sector 2. Midismela seems a bit behind from Muffin now. It's 6 tenths behind the Aston driver, but he might use this way to close the gap now and try to attack into the final corner, both with no ERS. Muffin trying to deploy as much ERS as he can, but he doesn't have any more. And there goes Midismela now, is gonna go, and BB picks a penalty. BB picks a penalty, and that is gonna be what decided the race today. BB made a massive mistake there, or maybe he was just trying to push as hard as he could to not end up to not lose that less than 3 second gap with Paco, and now he is gonna lose the podium to both Muffin and Midismela. Midismela is going for a P2 finish here, but Muffin is gonna send it down the inside. Is Midismela gonna do the switchback? Midismela spins on the final corner, and it's Paco who wins. Takes victory at Miami. Muffin is gonna take second of the race, complete a 1-2-4 Aston Martin. BB finally managed to take P3, but could have been a win, but at least he saved the podium that would have lost against Midismela if it wasn't for that mistake. Freestyler is gonna come far behind to take P5 of the race. I'm not sure if Pilot is gonna stay in 6th due to the penalties. Not sure how much he has. Let's check. No, he only has 3 seconds, so he is gonna be staying on P6 of this race. Urbina will be finishing P7. Ben is gonna take P8 today. Big Boy P9, and Elge. No, Arin is actually gonna finish this race in the points. So that is the end of the race for today. Paco wins, Muffin takes second, and BB is gonna complete the podium. So guys, it was a fun and an enjoyable race to watch, but well, I lagged out a couple of times. Now we are heading into our break week, so we'll be meeting again in 2 weeks time for the next race, which I guess, I'm not sure what it is. Not sure if it's Portimao or if it's Spain. I guess I'll have to look at the calendar, but thanks for being with us today, and goodbye. See you in 2 weeks.